Welcome to the AI breach. Today we'll delve into the massive Yahoo data breach, exploring its impact, timeline, and crucial takeaways for safeguarding your online information. Have you ever wondered how safe your data really is in the digital world? In today's interconnected era, this question has never been more relevant, especially when we look back at the colossal Yahoo data breaches of 2016. These breaches, affecting an unprecedented 3 billion user accounts, still hold the infamous title of the largest data breach in history. As we delve deeper, we'll be unraveling the intricate web of these breaches, shedding light on their scale and significance, and the profound impact they had on Yahoo and its vast user base. From the first breach that was initially believed to have impacted 1 billion accounts, to the second breach that shook the trust of over 500 million users, these events serve as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of our data in the digital realm. Intriguing, isn't it? Brace yourself as we unravel the sequence of events that led to the largest data breach in history. Let's start at the beginning with the first breach that took place in August 2013. This initial breach was a silent disaster, a digital heist that went unnoticed for 3 years. A group of hackers whose identities remain unknown found a way into Yahoo's vast user database. The intruders managed to access a staggering amount of sensitive user information. Initially, it was believed that just 1 billion accounts had been compromised, but as further investigations unfolded, the truth became evident. All 3 billion Yahoo user accounts had been affected. This revelation sent shockwaves across the globe, marking the incident as the largest data breach in history. The information that was stolen wasn't just random data. The hackers gained access to usernames, email addresses, phone numbers, dates of birth, and even the security questions and answers that users set up for account recovery. This kind of information is a goldmine for cybercriminals, opening the door for identity theft, email spamming, and other forms of cybercrime. But what's even more troubling is how this breach went unnoticed for so long. For 3 years, Yahoo users were oblivious to the fact that their personal information was in the hands of unknown entities. This delay in detection underscores the stealthy nature of cyber attacks and the difficulties faced by companies in identifying breaches in a timely manner. The first breach was a silent disaster, laying the groundwork for what was yet to come. It set a terrifying precedent, highlighting the scale at which cyber attacks can occur and the severity of the consequences. This breach was a wake-up call, not just for Yahoo, but for every internet user and organization across the globe. It was a stark reminder of the vulnerability of our online data and the importance of robust security measures. As if the first breach wasn't devastating enough, a second breach hit Yahoo in late 2014. This second breach, while not as extensive as the first, still had a substantial impact, compromising over 500 million accounts. This time, the stolen data included usernames, email addresses, and encrypted passwords. Now you might be thinking, encrypted passwords, that sounds safe, right? Well, not exactly. While encryption does add a layer of security, it's not impenetrable. With enough time and resources, these encrypted passwords could be decrypted by the hackers. Essentially, every piece of data stolen provided another piece of the puzzle for these cybercriminals to exploit. This second breach was similar to the first in many ways. The types of data stolen were almost identical, but the scale was different. The first breach, as we previously discussed, affected all 3 billion Yahoo accounts, while the second breach impacted a relatively smaller subset of 500 million accounts. Both breaches, however, shared a common and disturbing trait. They were only disclosed years after they occurred. The second breach was revealed in December 2016, a full 2 years after it took place. The delay in disclosure shook the trust of users and regulators alike, leading to a significant fallout for Yahoo in the subsequent years. The company's reputation was tarnished, user trust eroded, and financial losses escalated. Let's not forget the human impact either. For the users affected, the breaches meant a significant invasion of their privacy. Their personal information was exposed, leaving them vulnerable to further attacks, identity theft, and a host of other potential problems. The second breach was a wake-up call, shattering any remaining trust in Yahoo's data security. It served as a stark reminder that even the biggest tech companies are not immune to cyber threats, and it underscored the importance of transparency, swift action, and robust security measures in protecting user data. In the next scene, we'll dive into the timeline of events. painting a clearer picture of how these breaches unfolded and the aftermath that followed. Now that we understand the breaches, let's look at their timeline to understand the sequence of events. The first breach occurred in August 2013, but it was not until 3 years later in September 2016 that Yahoo publicly announced it. Initially, they believed this breach affected around 1 billion accounts, but the numbers were gravely underestimated. This breach saw hackers gaining access to a plethora of user information, including usernames, email addresses, phone numbers, dates of birth, and even security questions and answers. Fast forward to late 2014, and Yahoo suffered a second major data breach. This one impacted over 500 million accounts with usernames, email addresses, and encrypted passwords stolen. Yahoo announced this breach in December 2016, a few months after announcing the first one. Although the passwords were encrypted, experts warned that they could be decrypted with enough effort, further escalating the gravity of the situation. It was not until October 2017, a year after the initial announcement, that Yahoo confirmed that all 3 billion accounts were affected by the first breach. This shocking revelation marked the Yahoo data breaches as the largest in history. Now let's talk about the aftermath. In 2019, Verizon Communications acquired Yahoo at a discounted price due to the data breaches. This marked a significant fall from grace for Yahoo, which once stood as a titan of the internet age. As of today, in 2023, Yahoo remains inactive under Verizon's ownership, a stark contrast to its former glory. This timeline paints a bleak picture of Yahoo's handling of the breaches and the consequences they faced. The breaches led to a massive loss of user trust, significant financial losses, and a heightened awareness about the importance of data security. This event serves as a stark reminder to companies and individuals alike to prioritize data protection and transparency in the digital age. After all, the security of our personal information online is only as good as the measures we take to protect it. From these data breaches, important lessons can be learned. The Yahoo data breaches revealed some glaring shortcomings in data security and highlighted the need for transparency and user education. Firstly, the breaches emphasized the critical importance of data security. Companies must prioritize this by implementing robust security measures and proactively mitigating risks. In the digital age, data breaches are not a matter of if, but when. Therefore, companies must be prepared to respond swiftly and effectively. Secondly, transparency and disclosure are key. Yahoo's delayed disclosure of these breaches led to a loss of user trust and regulatory fines. Open communication with users about data breaches is crucial. Not only does it help regain trust, but it also complies with regulations and enables users to take protective measures. Lastly, user education is paramount. The Yahoo breaches showed that users often lack knowledge about data breaches and how to protect themselves. Empowering users with this knowledge is essential to safeguard their online information. While these lessons are targeted at companies, individuals also have a role to play in protecting their online data. Here are some practical tips. 1. Implement strong and unique passwords for all your online accounts. Avoid using easily guessable information like birthdays or names. A password manager can be a useful tool for generating and storing complex passwords. 2. Enable multi-factor authentication wherever possible. This adds an extra layer of security, making it harder for hackers to access your accounts. 3. Keep your software and operating systems updated. Updates often include patches for security vulnerabilities, so don't ignore them. 4. Consider using data monitoring services. These services can alert you to potential breaches or suspicious activity on your accounts. 5. Always be vigilant. If you notice any unusual activity on your accounts, report it immediately. Remember, it's better to be safe than sorry. By learning from Yahoo's mistakes, we can take steps to ensure our own data is better protected. The Yahoo data breaches serve as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of personal information online. This massive intrusion, affecting a staggering 3 billion accounts, stands as a testament to the precarious state of digital data in today's interconnected world. We've learned that hackers can and will exploit any weak link, gaining access to sensitive data such as usernames, email addresses, and encrypted passwords. It underscores the urgent need for robust data security measures, transparency in breach disclosures, and educating users on personal security practices. Remember, the key to safeguarding your online data lies in your hands. Implement strong passwords, enable multi-factor authentication, update your software promptly, and be vigilant about suspicious activities. Consider using data monitoring services to stay one step ahead and protect your digital identity. Remember, in the digital world, staying informed and vigilant is your best defense against data breaches. Stay safe online.